What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Double B here, back with another video. This is Tuddy Talk Week 11. Before we get into it, just to do a quick recap of last week. Didn't have the best week. Went 3-8, down 3.7 units last week. That brings our current record for the season down to 3.1. Still up on the season, still doing pretty good. Just bounce back. The greats always do. So not gonna waste any more time. Just could ask if you guys could like, comment, subscribe. But yeah, I'm not gonna waste any time. Let's get into it. The first game is the Chargers versus Green Bay. I'm going with Austin Eckler anytime touchdown over at Hard Rock for plus 120. The Chargers are extremely banged up. I mean, Everett's out. Mike Williams, of course. Josh Palmer. You know, I mean, they're really banged up. They're definitely going to rely on Eckler a lot. Green Bay has struggled mightily against running backs this year, especially allowing them to score. So, love Eckler. Dual threat guy. They can throw it to him. They can hand it off to him. So, love the spot here for Eckler. Next game up is Tennessee versus Jacksonville. I'm going with Travis Etienne over at DK for minus 105. It's a great spot for him. You know, he gets used a lot. He's the main guy there. You never go wrong with him. He's been a touchdown machine all year for us, so I'm gonna go back with him. Over in the Raiders versus Miami game, we're going with Jalen Waddle anytime touchdown score over at DK plus 120. He has 3 touchdowns on the year, and they're all at home. They are playing in Miami this week. What I usually do at Miami, if I'm gonna bet them, Tyreek Hill's, it's a weird trend, but if you look, like, Tyreek Hill scores on the road and Jalen Waddle scores at home. Tyreek Hill really can score on both, but all of Jalen Waddle's touchdowns have come at home this year. He hasn't scored a touchdown on the road. So, it's a great matchup here. You know, the offense, they're a juggernaut of an offense, so I do like Waddle's score here, freshly at plus money. Next game up is Dallas versus Carolina. I'm going with Tony Pollard anytime touchdown score at FanDuel at minus 115. I mean, he hasn't scored in forever. It shouldn't be minus money, but Carolina, they struggle against running backs, similar to Green Bay. They allow a ton to running backs, so I think this is the game that Tony Pollard finally gets in the end zone. He's overdue. Dallas are 10.5-point favorites, so they should be leading most of the game. So that should give him some carries. I think they want him to get in the end zone. It's been way too long, so I like him to score this week. Arizona versus Houston. I'm going with Tank Dell over at Caesars at plus 130. Again, another team that's has a lot of injuries. Noah Brown's out. Nico Collins is coming back, but he's still banged up. Tank Dell had like 14 targets last week. He did score last week. Arizona's defense is terrible. So, like I said, CJ Stroud has seemed to build a good bond with Tank Dell, so I like him to score this week. This is by far my least favorite game. The total is 32.5 points. I mean, Pittsburgh versus Cleveland, it's just going to be nasty. The injuries, there's no Watson. And, I'm just going to take a shot with David Njoku over at DK at plus 425. Hopefully he gets the job done. Don't love this game at all. So just taking a shot here. Next game up is the Giants versus Washington. I'm going with Brian Robinson. Anytime touchdown score at Bet Rivers at minus 104. He's another, touchdown machine this year. Been a great matchup versus the Giants. I love him to score. Again, they're a 9.5-point favorite, so again, should be winning most of the game. So they should be, running the ball. So I like him to score. Next game up is Chicago versus Detroit. I'm going with David Montgomery over at Hard Rock at plus 110. He's going up against his old team. I think this is the game. He didn't score last week. Coming back from injury. He has 6 touchdowns on the year, and he's missed a few weeks. So I love him to get in the end zone against his old team. Again, another team that struggles against running backs this year. Love the spot for him here, especially at plus money. Next game up is Tampa Bay versus San Fran. I'm going with Brandon Ayuk over at FanDuel at plus 160. You know, San Fran is looking like they're coming back to their form. Brock Purdy's playing a lot better. So, I like Ayuk to score here. I think you're getting good value here for him at plus 160. Next game up is the Jets versus Buffalo. I'm going with Stephon Diggs over at Hard at plus 145. This is just get right spot for Buffalo. They've been struggling this year. They just fired their offensive coordinator. And I'm just going to go with Diggs. I mean, the new offensive coordinator, they should be looking to get him the ball. He's been overdue for a touchdown. Yeah, I think he only has 12 targets in the last 2 weeks. I think it was like 7 2 weeks ago, and then last week was only 5. So, I think they're definitely going to try to get him the ball a lot this week for sure. And then the last game, Seattle versus the Rams. I'm going with Kenneth Walker over at Hard Rock at plus 105. Seattle, they seem to love to run the ball. I believe he has like 32 or 42 red zone carries this year. He has like 6 or 7 touchdowns already. He's a juggernaut in the red zone. Love the spot here for him. It's a high total, 46.5 points. So, love the spot. Plus money is always good. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said before, like, comment, subscribe. If I missed anyone, definitely comment down below who you like this week. But other than that, good luck, guys. Let's cash.